A director coming off 3 award-winning and financially dominant blockbusters sets his sights on a historical drama featuring a cast of both young and established Hollywood elites. Or, a director with more music videos than movies kicks off the decline of 3 actors' careers, forcing them to completely rebrand their images after he muddles his way through a historically inaccurate mess of a film. It won an Oscar and was nominated for 6 Raspberry Awards, including Worst Picture. Let's not forget its runtime is over 3 hours. Let's see if we can find anything nice to say about Pearl Harbor.
That's how you get ants!
Keep in mind, I'm talking about a fictional movie about a non-fiction event. My feelings about a movie do not reflect my feelings about the actual event itself. Additionally, I'm not a historian, armchair or otherwise, so I won't be trying to correct any historical inaccuracies in the film. Right off the bat, I want to start with the romance. I love Kate Beckinsale. Underworld is one of my favorite movies, and I always have fun watching it. The love story between her, Evelyn, and Ben Affleck's Rafe is cute and charming in the beginning. It actually progresses pretty adorably. When Rafe is presumed dead, she seeks comfort in Rafe's best friend Danny, played by Josh Hartnett. They start to fall in love. Then Rafe comes back and everything gets complicated. This all seems sort of natural. It doesn't start as a love triangle. The tragedy of Rafe's death brings them together. I think they did a good job on the story side of the triangle. They're all young, good-looking Hollywood people. Of course they'd fall for each other. Number 2, juxtaposing Rafe's experience in the Royal Air Force with shots of Evelyn chilling in Hawaii. Rafe volunteers to go fly in Britain. Evelyn is stationed at Pearl Harbor. They write each other letters. Rafe is in dogfights. Evelyn is chilling on the beach. That's some nice back and forth between the horrors of war and the luxury of paradise. It makes a strong point. It also emphasizes that Hawaii isn't ready for what's coming. 3. Like all movies named after a major event, that's what we're waiting for. We want to see Chernobyl melt down. We want to see the Titanic sink. We want to see the Mandalorian discover his passion for playing the mandolin. Is that not what it's about? While romances and side characters bring in the human element, we don't know who will make it to the end. The attack on Pearl Harbor in the movie is stunning, horrifying, and awe-inspiring all at once. The scenes of the Japanese planes flying over parts of the Hawaiian landscape while kids are playing baseball or people are hanging the laundry out to dry are beautiful. The attack itself is the strongest part of the film. Of course, the scene where the camera follows the bomb into the deck of the USS Arizona is the one most often played. It is pretty amazing. At one point, a camera underwater holds on a bullet-riddled American flag sinking into the water. It's stunning imagery. Number 4. In the early scenes of the film, Rafe and Danny play a game of chicken and get yelled at by Alec Baldwin's character. When they actually get up in the air during the Pearl Harbor attack, they play chicken again in an attempt to scrape the pursuing fighters off of each other. It's a nice payoff to the earlier scene. Around that same time, a plane mechanic starts randomly firing a shotgun into the air, and it kind of seemed like the most American thing in the entire film. Number 5. While Rafe and Danny are trying to get to their planes, Evelyn and the nurses are in over their heads at the hospital. At one point, they go outside to perform triage. In the middle of it, Jennifer Garner turns to Evelyn and yells, "I don't know what to do."
Oh, God. Oh, are you sure, Ev? Could you check her one more time? Are you sure? Take her over there! You gotta be sure before you get back to work. Go back to work, Sandra. I don't know what to do.
This was the most human moment of the film. Number 6. It's hard to talk about Cuba Gooding Jr. in the context of this movie because there was really no reason for him to be there. Michael Bay seemed to come into this film with a no subplot cut mentality. He gets a complete character arc. We know him, who he is, what he wants, and what he goes through to get it. It's well done. Except maybe it should have been its own movie. Historical movies break down into 2 groups, the inaccurate and the not so inaccurate. You have your Apollo 13s, your Schindler's List, your Das Boots. The creators behind these movies are devoted to reality, but no matter how much research you do, there's still a fictionalized version of events happening. It's not a documentary, it's entertainment, so it must be entertaining. On the other hand, you have your Bravehearts, your Pocahontases, your Shakespearean Loves. In these movies, directors play fast and loose with the facts. there's little difference for what actually happened. I'm not sure if one is inherently better than the other. Both categories have turned out Oscar-winning performances and huge box office numbers. I think Pearl Harbor was trying to split the difference and ended up failing at both. This movie forced Josh Hartnett to disappear, Ben Affleck to transfer to behind the camera, and Kate Beckinsale to switch from romantic lead to action movie star. Career killer. Pearl Harbor has stunning visuals. The extensive scene of the attack is worth at least one watch, even if you take it with a grain of salt. Join me next time for anything nice to say, and never feel ashamed to like what you like. If you're looking for more information on the real Pearl Harbor, check out Infamy by John Toland. If you don't know how to read, you can check out documentaries Pearl Harbor, 2 Hours That Changed the World, or Pearl Harbor, The View from Japan. If you don't like learning things, you can watch Tora, 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 which is fictionalized but strives to be historically accurate.